Okay. Let's share the screen. Okay. Taking forward from the last class, like in our last class, we have started with the basics of like AI over here. Like I explained you like this is my number to coordinate. Some of you have called me. I really appreciate your interest. So here in artificial intelligence, we are having machine learning, deep learning, generative AI, and agentic AI. Now, prerequisites for this is, as I told you, there will be a Python, a programming language, which you have to use it. One is the one which we are going to go with is Python. And the other programming language people, it's kind of a cakewalk for you people to work on Python. It will be very, very easy. Okay. And deep learning is majorly divided into two major components or fields. One is computer vision and NLP. The computer vision is being implemented with a CNN, and NLP is implemented with RNN or LSTM. Now, NumPy, Pandas, and feature engineering are the other components, which are other libraries which are important for us, along with the domain knowledge. Now, next one is artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence, when you have all these four as a part of artificial intelligence, they all are data oriented, means they require data to perform this. Okay. Now, yeah, completely it is data oriented. So how is the internal mechanism works is you will have a data. This data should be in the pure form without any errors. That data we are going to give a model. What is model? Model is nothing but a program based on algorithm. And this algorithm is nothing but a statistical formula which is implemented in the step-by-step process. And so this is called as a model. Now, beauty of the model is when you give the data, it will go through the data and extract the insights of the data. Okay, it will extract the insights and it will, it will become intelligent. Now, when we ask the question about this data, it will start giving you the answers. Okay, now if you are taking this data as a cancer data, it acts like a doctor. If you are taking a stock market data, it acts like a stock expert. And if you are taking like an images, it will try to recognize the images. This is nothing but your computer vision. CNN with computer vision. Okay. Now, if you have a very large volume of data and very, very large volume of data, this data, when you are giving to the model, okay, then this model will be will learn from this data. This is a very large volume of data, whatever the data is available over the internet, petabytes or hexabytes of the data on the public domain. That data, we will give it to the model. This will be a very high-end model, and it will learn from it. It will take some time, and that will acquire a large knowledge from this data, and that is called as large language model, which is LLM. This we are going to put it inside our an application. Then that application starts working as very intelligently. This application name, what is there? Example one of the application name is ChatGPT. And LLM, what is there is GPT-5 or GPT-4 or something like that. Okay. Now, I explained you what are the course curriculum, how it will goes on with. So totally, there will be 5 modules over here. First module will be about the Python, and next module will be about the deep learning computer vision. Third one will be the deep learning with NLP, and fourth one will be the generative AI, and fifth one will be agentic AI. Okay. something like this. Now let's go with the next important thing over here. That is, we are going to see what is the difference between AI, ML, and like DL and generative AI. Okay. So now let's see them. See, as we are going to see this over here, artificial intelligence part over here with Gen AI and agentic AI. Okay. Now here, as I explained you, here how an artificial intelligence works. What's the core mechanism? Okay, we are going to give the data to the model, and model will acquire the knowledge, and it is going to do it. So now let's get a bit deeper into the artificial intelligence. So now first is, when you look at this artificial intelligence, so this is a combination of two words. One is artificial and second one is intelligence. Okay, now intelligence is nothing but it is like expertise into a particular sector is called as intelligence. Okay, you are expertise into a particular sector is called as intelligence. Now, if you are very good in mathematics, then you are called as very intelligence in mathematics. When you are very good with computer science, you will call as something like that. Okay, that is what is called as intelligence. Okay, and now what is artificial? See, artificial in a sense, you are as a human, we are making a duplicate version of the original one is called as artificial. Artificial, you can say it as it is not natural. Okay, artificial is nothing but I can put it as not natural. Natural. See, the like example, we have the artificial rain. Rain, in a sense, like we are getting the rain artificially by spraying some chemicals, right? But there is a natural rain is there. Okay, and there is something called as artificial trees, artificial flowers. So these are some of the artificial version of the which are having a natural version of them. Okay, so like natural rain is there, natural trees are there, natural flowers are there. We as a human, we create an artificial version. Now again, we don't call like artificial car. No, because there's only artificial version is there, man-made version. There's no natural version of the car or artificial mobile. We will not call anything like artificial mobile. So hope you are getting the point. So artificial means which is created by human, which has a natural version of its own. That is what is. Now artificial intelligence means that intelligence which are created by humans. Okay, the artificial intelligence which are created by the humans. So what exactly the humans will be doing over here is they will get a machine. Okay, okay, okay. Now you are going to give the intelligence to this machine. this machine, we are going to give the intelligence over here like this. And this machine will become intelligent and it will act like humans. Now, this machine, we call it as a model. Now, you know what is a model, right? So this is called as a model. So you are going to give the intelligence to this machine artificially. Not naturally, artificially, you are going to give the intelligence. And how this intelligence is passed through the machine or model? Through data, like this. We will have the data, and data will be passed on to the model, and the model will extract the knowledge from there. And this is the actual concept of artificial intelligence. Okay, artificial intelligence is nothing but providing the intelligence to the machines or the model artificially through data is called as artificial intelligence. Okay. Now, okay, intelligence to the now, now we know what is going on over here. See, as I told you over here, artificial has a natural version. So what is this artificial intelligence has a natural version? Natural intelligence is nothing but the human intelligence. Now, what I'm trying to say is, see, when you are creating a flower, artificial flower, you want this flower to represent or should be very close to that of your natural flowers, right? Natural flower. In the same way, when we are creating an artificial intelligence, this model should behave very close to that of humans. That is what is called, that is the purpose of your artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is nothing but creating the intelligence artificially or providing the intelligence artificially into the machines so that they can behave like humans. Like best example, we can talk about the driverless cars. And we have the robotic doctors. Now, driverless cars is nothing but the machine will act like the driver and it will take it to the it will drive to the destination, just like a human driver. Robotic doctors, they can perform operations, surgeries, just like the natural doctors. Okay, the human doctors, I mean to say. So this is the example of AI. Hope you are getting some idea over here. Now, this artificial intelligence is implemented programmatically. Actually, it is implemented in using machine learning, and you can implement it using deep learning. You can implement it with generative AI or agentic AI. Like this. Okay, take it down. Okay. So this is my AI, and this is my ML, machine learning. This is DL, generative AI, and agentic AI. Now, these are the 4 different ways of implementing our AI. Now, AI is nothing but providing the intelligence into the machines, okay, or model artificially using the data. And this is implemented in 4 different ways. That is, machine learning, deep learning, generative AI, and agentic AI. Again, they all are interconnected. Now, advanced version of the machine learning is deep learning, and deep learning next level is generative AI, and generative AI is provided with even more autonomous agents is called as agentic AI. They are all interconnected. But for us, knowing this one is enough. No need to go with our machine learning over here. Clear. Now, hope you got the idea. Now, what is, what exactly mean by your artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence is a concept. Try to understand this. This is a concept of generating or creating or building the intelligent machines. How? Through passing the data. Okay, so that the data intelligence will be acquired. But how this is implemented? This is implemented in these 4 ways. Practically, these are implemented with these 4 different ways over here. Clear? Now, let's see how you will define artificial intelligence. See, artificial intelligence is nothing but you are building. You are building an intelligent machines, okay, which is capable of performing the task where human intelligence are required. Okay, so that is what is called as definition of artificial intelligence. Okay, artificial intelligence is a field of, okay, there is a small spelling mistake, is a field of, you can say it as computer science, which is used to build intelligent machines capable of performing tasks which require human intelligence. Now, in other words, these will be, sorry, there is again intelligence. Okay, in other words, this is like it simulates the human intelligence. Okay, it's replicate the human intelligence. Okay, that is what mean by your artificial intelligence. So you are creating or giving the intelligence to the machines artificially by passing the data, and this, okay, these machines will try to perform as humans. Why humans? Humans are the most intelligent living organisms on this earth. So that's why we kept the human intelligence as a standard, and we are trying to make our machines capable of performing human intelligence. Okay. Now, example, as I told you just now, driverless cars. Now, robotic doctors. There are many are there. You can take any of the example, so you will get it over here. Now, and okay. Now, when it came into the existence, now why I was so confidently saying that, it is not AI is not a bubble. It's not going to bust and everything will be gone. Like, no. Because AI is been evolving over the decades. over the decades. It's been decades since the AI has been constantly evolving. Now, first point I want to say it is when exactly the AI came into the existence, or when exactly someone talked about the AI for the first time. See, there was a conference called as Dartmouth. See, Dartmouth is nothing but a college name. It's a college. Still, it exists. This college was under the MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology. This is USA. It's in USA. And this Dartmouth, what they did it is they conducted some conference. They conducted some conference, and this conference was held in the year 1956. This is like, right away after the World War II. That is not right away, means it's like 10 years after the World War II. The USA wanted to maintain that superpower status. So they were inviting the best of the brains around the world into the country. Now, even now they are doing the same thing. But at that time, they were conducting some conference and they were inviting the people from the different parts of the world who are being very intelligent and doing an amazing research in their field. They were inviting them, and if they are really good enough, they were started investing in their research, and they were providing the necessary valid visas for them to stay back in US. So as a attempt of that is Dartmouth Conference. And in this 1956, they held up this was 5-year conference, 1956, 1957, 58, 59, and 60. Okay, they conducted for 5 years. And first year, there was a gentleman called as John McCarthy. John McCarthy, he came into the picture and he coined the term. Coined means like whenever we use a particular term first time, it's not been used before. Like it's altogether a first time we are using this term, then it is called as, coined. So the John McCarthy coined the term artificial intelligence on the dais of Dartmouth Conference. Okay, on the dais of Dartmouth Conference is the one in 1956. So it is like over like approximately 70 years now. Okay, it's like 70 years since this term came into the existence. 1 second. Okay. Now, and when John McCarthy came onto the dais of this Dartmouth Conference, he was not having anything materialistic. I mean, says a practically showing machine was not there, which was intelligent. He was having an end-to-end process how to make an intelligent machines. Okay, end-to-end process of how we can make an intelligent machines. But unfortunately, nothing working model was not there with him because he was lacking on the technology wise and so many other things. So he was not having anything to present it. But he was having an end-to-end stuff, and it was so impressive that the US Defense Department, they invested on him. And they wanted them to build up an intelligent soldiers, which can replace the human soldiers in the upcoming wars or something like that. That's what they were expecting. And this gentleman has started its work and he went on. And over the time, now he clearly made a statement that for AI, okay, AI is completely dependent on data. Okay, that's the reason why we call it as artificial intelligence is data oriented. Data oriented. So it is referred as data oriented. Now in 1956 and 2025, why we are learning it now? Okay, see, now naturally, like when we want to buy a car, you will not go and buy a car which is built in 1950s, right? Not even 2000 you will buy it, right? Because they are outdated. Why we are learning it now? See, this is a visionary technology, futuristic technology, which was introduced by John McCarthy. But unfortunately, John McCarthy was not having the enough resources to implement at that time. Like his was not having the computers so powerful to handle this technology, and they was not having the data, enough data, and his resources of collecting data is also less. Now, that's the reason why it took like over like 70 years to actually see the actual power of AI. Now, it's not like this, like, the John McCarthy talked about the artificial intelligence in 1956, 70 years back, and they went to sleep. Now, altogether in 2020, we woke up and we started. No, it's not like that. Over the time, it was been evolving. Continuously over the time, it has been evolving. That is the reason why I was saying this is not a bubble which sprang up just like that and it's been bursted or within no time. No, it's not like that. Over the time, now as we move forward, I will tell you like how exactly, which year, what exactly happened. Okay, like over in 1950s, 1960s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and 2000, in tens, like 11 to 20, what exactly happened, everything. So it's over the time it was evolved. Okay, over the time when it is evolved, then it will be very, very strong. Okay, now just like, if someone is getting a lottery overnight of 10 crores, he may not be, he don't know the pain of earning the money. He will lavishly spend on that and he will finish it off. Right. But when it comes to a person who has been earning this one over past 10 years or 20 years, putting on all his efforts and getting down to that point, then he know the actual value. He will not spend the money just like that. He will be doing the right investments. The same thing with the AI. Okay. Now, here, few things we have to talk about, guys, before going on. See, this AI is, as I told you over here, this is like this. This is a core mechanism. Core mechanism as of now. Why I'm been saying it as of now? Maybe in the future, this data may not be required for us. No. Okay, there may be some reinforcement advanced algorithms may come into the picture, and that will be okay. Now here, this is a core mechanism. So this, as I told you yesterday, this portion, like we are training, right? This is called as training. Now, this training is done in 3 different ways. Actually, they will say it 4, but you can take it as 3 different ways. Officially, it is considered as 3 different ways. First one, they call it as supervised learning. Second one, they call it as unsupervised learning. Third one, they will call it as reinforcement learning. Okay, I will put it on over here. Supervised learning. Next one is unsupervised learning. Third one is reinforcement learning. Like this. These are the 3: supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and reinforcement learning. Okay. Now, what is supervised learning? See, guys, like whenever you are learning something, under the supervision, then it is considered as supervised learning. Like, for example, now you can take it as if there is a gentleman is there, a student who just passed out of his college. There are two friends are there. Just take it. This is the one and this is the other. He is the A and he is the B. He is quite rich and he is, poor guy. Now, they both wanted to appear for some competitive exams, UPSC or kind of stuff. And, this guy, as he has the money, he go to an institution, any institution you can talk about, like maybe I will say it as XYZ is the institution name. And he went to this institution and he started getting trained for this exam. This is an institution and he started getting trained. Now, this is what he will go to this and they will give the material. They will make sure that they are training him by providing the necessary information and make sure that this guy is learning and everything. So this is nothing but under supervision. This is called as supervised learning. Okay, I will take it as. Because this guy is learning under the supervision, right? This is considered as supervised learning. Now, this guy is there. Now, he don't have the money to move forward and he don't have the money to go to the education institution to learn it. So what he will do it is he will get some books, okay, or he will get some material and he will start preparing on his own. He has the data. He has the data over here, but he is preparing on his own. This is called as unsupervised learning. We call it as unsupervised. Both the cases data is there. Under this, the data is provided by XYZ institution and they are monitoring closely so that he is learning. This is called as supervised learning. And when you are having the data and you are learning on its own, and this is called as unsupervised learning. It's just a basic example I'm giving. So this is called as. Now, if you want to say it over here in terms, supervised learning is nothing but you are dealing with the labeled data. Unsupervised learning is nothing but it is going to deal with unlabeled data. And third one is reinforcement learning is no data. There's no particular data for him to do it like this. Okay, supervised learning is nothing but it is like with labeled data, there is unlabeled data and no secret. Now, this what is labeled data, we will see it as we move forward. But you can take it as a data with the column labels and all those things. That is called as labeled data. This is unlabeled data and there is no data at all. That is what. Now, I was saying it. The reinforcement learning is something where you are going to learn on your own based on your own experience. You will not have any previous records or previous data through which you can go through and learn it. Like altogether, like suppose now you are you are going deep down into the sea. And now they say that sea is being explored, only 5% of the sea is being, or the water bodies like ocean or sea is being explored. Now, if you are going deeper into that, we don't have any information. No one went there. So how you learn? You will learn on your own experience. Like, for example, another one, you can say it as Mercury. Mercury is a planet which is very close to that of Sun. Now, if you want to send a rover over there or a robotic vehicle you want to send it, we don't have any information of that. Whatever we are seeing over our telescopes and all these things, we have that information. We don't know realistically. No one landed on that. We don't know how the soil look like and how it. We don't have any information. So in that case, what you'll do it, you will train your model in such a way that it should learn by itself and it should get the intelligence over there. That is what is called as reinforcement learning. Okay, reinforcement. This is the futuristic stuff, guys. That is not like you can see it in the future. This is, you will see a lot of things are happening in this. Okay, now you know what is supervised learning, what is unsupervised learning, and what is reinforcement learning. Now, in the first two case, we are having the data. Second, third case, we don't need the data at all. Okay. In other words, you can say these two are human dependent. From where they will get the data? Humans or developers or programmers, we will get the data. They are human dependent. This is something where you will no need of the data. When there's no need of the human. Only thing is that you have to build the model. That's it. Finish. It will start learning on its own. Now, again, this artificial intelligence is classified into three types. Now, these are the training process. This is a core stuff. This is our model. We will give the data to the model. Model will become intelligent. This process of giving the data is called as training. This training is done in the three different ways I explained you. And when it comes to the case of artificial intelligence, is classified into three types. First one, they will call it as artificial narrow intelligence. Second one is artificial general intelligence. Next one is artificial super intelligence. Now, artificial narrow intelligence is nothing but it is like initial phase. Now, if you see a 2 years or 1.5 year kid, now when he starts walking, now how he will walk, he will put on the baby steps. Like he will get up, he will start, try to walk, he will fall down, get up, walk, fall down. This is where we are in currently in AI. We are in the initial phase. We are not even use the 5 to 6% of the actual potential of the AI. No, we are in a very, very initial phase. That comes under the category of narrow intelligence. Whatever applications are developed till now comes under the narrow intelligence. These are the basic stuff. Okay. Now, next one is artificial general intelligence. What is general intelligence is here, these are, first of all, they are human dependent. I can say it as human dependent. Means they require human presence for gathering the data or giving them the data. From the data, it will extract the knowledge and all these things. When it comes to the case of artificial general intelligence, this is where, the human involvement is completely reduced. The human involvement is completely reduced over here. Like you can say it as there is no requirement of data, no human dependent. And these artificial general intelligence are exactly like humans. Like, for example, you can say it as they have the feelings, they have the emotions, they can analyze the things. And, they will be, it's like altogether different world you will be staying once you are in the artificial general intelligence. Now, some predictions are something like this, guys. See, recently, because of this Chinese virus, we were being locked down for 1.5 year without getting out. It took like 1.5 year for us to get the vaccination, and then we got out of the things. right? But just imagine if you are in the phase of general intelligence, you must have done that one within minutes, literally minutes. Okay. Now, how they are predicting the world will be in this phase is, suppose if you have a small piece of land, then you can get the maximum yield of that based on the soil, um, you know, based on the examining of the soil. Now, even now it is being done, but that time it will go to an extreme level, very extreme level. So if you have very good soil with you, then you can get the maximum yield from that. Then in that case, there is when you are getting the maximum yield, automatically food price will be reduced. And when there is a food price, then food is available for everyone. Then the things will be altogether different. Now, coming down to the medical field. Now, here, what exactly happens is, they say that based on the person's disease, based on the now here, if you currently what stage we are means, we are, if there is a fever or a some disease, okay, cold, cough, anything. So there is some generic medicines will be there, a generic based on the generic formula, we are going to take it. Maximum of them will be working on the humans, but some of them will be not working on a particular type of humans, and they may get the reactions on that because of that. So when you are in artificial general intelligence phase, what will happen is, based on your body type and based on your complete body type, it will create the medicines instantly and it will give it. So the medicines, what you are going to use, it will be 100% based on your body formation. This is one example. Second example, they say that once you are in this general intelligence, see, the human lifespan may increase from, now human lifespan in India is like 60 to 65 years. Maybe in the in Western side, it may be 80. Now this may go up to 150 to 200. How? See, one of the major reasons why the human's life is ended is organ failure. So what these people will be doing with the general intelligence is, based on when you are very healthy, they will create an account of yours, like how you have a bank account, you will have your organ account, where they will keep all your necessary organs. They will rebuild your organs, similar organs with your tissues, and they will store it over here. And before a particular organ is being about to fail, then that will give you the necessary information, the chips which is involved with you, and then you can go to your hospital and they will change that particular organ. So in this way, you can expand your lifespan to approximately like 150 to 200 years. So you can imagine, okay, how beautiful the things will be. So this is the reason, where everything will be, or where there won't be any accidents, because all the vehicles will be well powered, so that they can communicate over the satellite, and they will have the necessary protection measures and all these things. So there won't be very less loss of human life will be there. Okay. Now this is a one. Now when it comes to the case of super intelligence, now super intelligence is extremely powerful. Now they say that this is like in 2050, you will be in this phase. Now this one, you can take it as 2082, 2080 to 2021. Sorry, 21. In this phase, you will see this super intelligence. Maybe it may take more. But now initially, They were predicting that this will be general intelligence will be in somewhere 2070 or something. This will be around 2025 to 2050, 2150 or something like that. Exactly 100 years. But the phase at which we are moving and we are getting this AI generated stuff, then they say that with this phase, we can get into this phase by 2020 to 2050, and this will be by 2080. Now, in this phase, what happens is the system will be so intelligent, AI will be so much capable that it can, all you have to do it is prepare only one AI machine, super intelligence. That's it. They will generate the army of the AI super intelligence on their own. You don't need it. They will do all their own research. They will have their own satellite network. They will communicate with themselves, and they will send the wherever the need is there automatically, and they can transform from one form to the another form. And they say that they will be using the nanotechnologies, where they are made up of the small particles of the metals, so that they can transform into different shapes without any. This is just like the movie Transformers, guys. Okay, how the Transformers are working the same way. Now, again, there is a good chance that in this phase, the human importance, we may lose it completely. Or there is a chance that, if some wrong, super intelligent machines are made, then they can eradicate the entire human life. That is there. But again, if you are going to control them, then the things will be really amazing. Literally, it will be beautiful for you. Okay. Now, this is what is the AI and how we are moving on. Now, let's see this. What is machine learning? See, AI, as I told you, in 1956, they came up, gentleman by the name John McCarthy came up and explained about the AI. It is purely a concept. Okay, later on, based on the investment, and he started building up the small AI-based applications. And these AI-based applications are initially built using machine learning. Machine learning is the implementation of AI. Again, this concept, AI, machine learning, was introduced again in the Dartmouth conference of MIT in the year 1952. So 59. And this was done by the author Samuel, and he is the one who coined the term machine learning. Okay, machine learning. He is the one who coined the term called as machine learning. Now, how it happened means, this is not like it's a concept. It is actually he experienced the things, and based on that, he came up with a word called as machine learning. How it happened was, see, the author Samuel was working in a company called as IBM, because that was in 1952. He was working with IBM. And this gentleman, when he was working with IBM, he developed a program which is a checkers program. Checkers is just like the chess playing game, like that it will be. Okay. Now, what exactly happens over here is, okay. Now, he built a program which can play on its own. So, he invited his friends to come down and play this game. And they were able to play. They were coming down and they were playing it. Of course, this is not so intelligent, but it was altogether a new experience. They never saw anything like that. So it is purely rule based. Purely this game was rule based. And if like for example, this person is coming down, he was able to defeat this one within like 12 moves. And this gentleman was able to defeat it, the computer, within 11 moves. And this gentleman was able to defeat the computer by maybe around 13 moves, something like this. So now you went on over here. This is you went on and you wanted to play this game and you were able to defeat this one within like maybe 12 moves. Let's take it. Now, after 2 weeks, you got the time and again you want to go back and play this game after 2 weeks. Now, this time after 2 weeks, when you went again and you started playing, now you are not able to defeat it in 12 moves. It was taking like 20 moves. Again, you are able to defeat it, but it was taking 20 moves. You did the same moves what you have done it earlier. But still, it was not able. Now, when you inquired with this author Samuel, he said that I didn't change the program. It's the same old program. But how is this happening? Then the author Samuel observed that as more and more and more and more people are playing, it was learning the strategies. It was learning on its own the strategies. Why? Because this program was based on the algorithm. Okay, that is the reason why he gave it the name like machine is learning by itself. That's why he told the name called as machine learning. Okay, he gave the name called as machine learning. So that's how it came down. Now, according to the actual definition of this gentleman, author Samuel, is he says something like it is a field of study that gives computer ability to learn by itself without explicitly programmed. Without explicitly programmed. This is, now we are not programming it. I'm saying first time we are doing the program and we are not changing the program to learn it. It is learning on its own. Okay, that is what is called. Now, in general terminology, we can define this one as machine learning is a type of artificial intelligence that allows machines to extract intelligence from the data by itself without explicitly programming. Extracting the machines allows the machines to learn by itself by extracting intelligence from the data without explicitly programming. I'll give it as it allows machine to learn by itself by extracting intelligence from the data without explicitly programming. So we are not going to program it each and every time. This is what is your machine learning. And there are some drawbacks are there with the machine learning, guys. One is it can be used for the simple task. First thing. Second is you have to do all the hard work over here as a programmer or the developer. Now, like you are the one, you are going to get the data. You are the one, you are going to remove the unwanted parts of the data. You are the one, you will check it out. There are any errors in the data, and you will be putting all your efforts to make that the data is understandable by your model. Okay, and then you will divide the data so that your model can understand it very clearly, and then you will give it to them. Now, in this case, we are doing the 80% of the complete hard work over here. 80% of the hard work. So this is one of the major problems. Second one is if it is a multi-dimensional data like images or text data. If normal tabular data, you can deal with it with a machine learning. But when it comes to the extreme level like multi-dimensional images, colored images, or text data, this you can't deal with it with the machine learning. Third major problem is if the data size is more, no, your model is, your ML model cannot deal with it. These are the three major reasons where the ML is failed drastically. Okay, then came up something called as deep learning. Now, as I told you, now whenever we are dealing with the deep learning, guys, all you have to do it is remember the human brain, because entire deep learning is designed based on the human brain, completely based on the human brain. Okay, now see, as I told you, there was a problem with this. First one is it can't deal with the high dimensional data. Second one is we have to do all the pre-processing stuff. Third one is when there is a large volume of data is there, no, you can't deal with the machine learning. But for that, they came up with the deep learning. Deep learning is a one which can deal with all the drawbacks of your machine learning. No need to do the pre-processing, it will take care of that. And no need to, like, if you are giving a very large volume of data, it can handle it. It can handle with the higher dimensional data like images or text. You can very easily handle it. Okay, now in a simple terminology, as I told you before also, like deep learning has two major fields. One is computer vision. Second one is natural language processing. NLP. Okay, now what is actually deep learning? See, first, before going into the, I will say it as over here, deep learning has two major fields. Fields of deep learning. One is computer vision. What is computer vision? Now, it is, as I told you, it is a field of deep learning in which the system is provided with ability to understand visual data, that is an image data, and extract the hidden patterns with which it can recognize the objects. That's what it will happen. So it is a field of deep learning, okay, in which system is provided with ability to understand visual data. Visual data means images, guys. Visual data, and extract pattern with which it can recognize the object. Which can recognize the object. That is what is called as, and as I told you, this is implemented with the CNN, convolutional neural network. And when it comes to the NLP is nothing but it will provide your system ability to understand, interpret, and generate the human language. Okay? It is a field of deep learning in which the system is provided with a special feature of understanding interpreting and generating human language. Interpreting, generating human language. And this is implemented with RNN, that is called as recurrent neural network. Now, how to define this deep learning, first of all? See, deep learning as can be defined as it is like it is a type of artificial intelligence. Right? Machine learning is also a type of artificial intelligence. Deep learning is also a type of artificial intelligence, which can be considered as subset of machine learning. Okay, in which an artificial neural network is used, which is based on the biological neural network. Okay, like human brain, to solve the complicated problems like text classification or image classification, image segmentation, text generation, sentiment analysis kind of stuff. Okay, so I can define this one as, so deep learning is a type of artificial intelligence which can be considered as subset of machine learning, in which the artificial neural network is used, okay, used to which is based on the biological neural network, which is like in the brain, how the neural network will be there. This artificial neural network is based on that. So it is a type of artificial intelligence which can be considered as a subset of machine learning, in which artificial neural network is used, which is based on the biological neural network. Okay, biological neural, and this can be used to solve, which is used to solve the complicated problems like multi-dimensional problems like image classification, image recognition, text generation kind of stuff. Now here I will give it in the brackets, human brain. Okay, now based on the biological neural network. Okay. Now deep learning is specially designed to solve complex problem statements like we can say it as image classification, text generation, text classification or sentiment analysis, image recognition, etc. All these things it is used. Okay, now like how exactly it is similar to that of your neural network, that requires like a bit of explanation. We can do it in the next class. But when you ask about the history of this deep learning, actually it started in 1942. Here there were two friends by the name Warren and Walter. Now Warren and Walter, one of them was like, Warren was a computer scientist, Walter was a neurologist, is related to brain he was working. Now, as they wanted to build a network just like human brain, they released a paper. Okay, they released a paper in 1942 about their research on this neural network. And that was in 1942. In 1957, okay, there was another guy by the name Frank Rosenberg. And this guy, based on the papers released by papers of Warren and Walter, which was released on these papers, he built up its own research and he came up with a term called as perceptron. What is this perceptron is? See, actually, our brain can remember so many things because of a small component called as neuron. There is something called as neuron. And this neuron, artificial version, they call it as perceptron. I will explain you in our next class detailedly. And again, there is one more guy by the name Geoffrey Hinton came into the picture in 2006. And he spent like 30 years on doing the research on this deep learning, especially. And he came up with a solution called as backpropagation. He came up with a solution called as backpropagation. Okay, and because of this backpropagation, the deep learning was so popular, very, very popular. Okay, and since then the deep learning never looked back. So even though the deep learning was was introduced officially in 1942, actual recognition of the deep learning came in the year sorry for that. Okay. They got the actual recognition in 2006. And over this time, they were continuously, performing the research on this deep learning concept. And at last, they got the solution in 2006. That is a backpropagation. Okay. Now, this is the way it will be. Okay, now this is quickly about your deep learning. I will stop it over here for today's session. And I'm not sure it will be the next session will be tomorrow or Monday, because the admin will be messaging you. It will be mostly on Monday, I think so. Tomorrow, because of the weekends, they are not available. So we will be having our next session on Monday. But you will get a message. You will get a message from the admin. Please go through it. And as I told you, if you are facing any problem, anything, please, you are most welcome to call me on this number. This is my number. Yeah, this is my number. You can use this number. You can first ping me up, and based on that, we can have the discussion, and I will try to clarify your doubts using 5 to 10 minutes of my time to give you what exactly this will be like. Okay, so anything you can call me. Any questions you have it, guys, for now?
Yeah, Arjun, yeah, this is Karim here.
Sorry?
Yeah, this is Karim here.
Okay.
This recordings you will be sharing, or how the recording session?
You can coordinate with the admins. Admins are the ones who will be sending you the link to the recordings, and you can go through that recording.
Do you provide any materials for this training?
You are asking recording of the training course, complete training course you are asking?
Yeah.
They will be providing it. That's 100% sure. Every on the daily basis. And whatever I'm making the notes over here, right? These notes will be shared to you immediately, putting in the drive.
Okay. And also this whole course is how many months like?
Like it will be 120 classes.
120 classes.
So approximately it is a 5 days a week, 5 to sometimes it may be 6 days. 5 days a week, if you go with, you can calculate it like 4.5 months. It may take it.
Okay, fine. Thank
you. Okay. Any more questions, please? Yeah, I'm taking it as no. So let's meet in our next class. Okay. Yes, Sanjay. Yes. Yeah, I shared you the contact details of the admins. You can coordinate with them and you can talk to them anything. And if they are, again, you should understand they are not the technical people. So any technical questions you have it, just message me or you can call me and I will try to rectify the things. Okay. Thank you very much, guys. Thanks a lot for your time. And let's meet in our next session. 2 more sessions will be there where we will complete our generative AI and agentic AI and also the coding part. Okay. Thank you very much.